because this year I was out of town in February, and I read about Mary Lou Rath's retirement. And I was interested. I said, people have been telling me for years to run for office. They need change. They need an honest voice. They need an independent voice, and they think I could bring it. Well, I was obviously busy with my previous goal, trying to become the world champion. And I thought maybe one day I would get involved when I was older. When the opportunity presented itself, I'm pretty much done with my boxing career. Mary Lou Rath was retiring. A few days later, my brother called me after I read the article on Mary Lou, and he said, I'm losing my job at American Excellence. I said, oh my gosh, really? You've been there 15 years. He said, I'm losing my job. I said, you know what, I'm coming back in town. I'm going to run for the state senate seat. We need change. We need honesty. We need some new, refreshing ideas. And I think I can provide them. I've been fighting for this community for a long time. And it starts in Albany. If I start in Albany, it'll trickle down to our counties. It'll trickle down to our towns. And that's where I can be effective. Albany needs more people like you and like me. Regular people. Everyday people. People that feel the burden, that feel the squeeze. Not career politicians, not trial lawyers. People that feel the squeeze. I paid terribly high property taxes in Amherst. I paid the health care out of my pocket. My brother's out of his job. I said, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with the political promises. I'm fed up with these politicians. And I think what we need is more everyday, honest people. People that are accessible like I am. People that have an open door policy. People that have learned to compromise and negotiate like I have. Again, I'm not an attorney, but I've been sitting across around tables with Don King and Sugar Ray Leonard and Bob Arum for years, negotiating and compromising. I've been looking at contracts for 15 years, and I know a good deal from a bad deal. And I've been compromising for a long time. And I've always come out on top each and every time. I have the ability to reach across the aisle and work with the other side, as I've been doing for years. This isn't about Republicans or Democrats, it's about Western New York. Although they have had their shot in the state Senate for 60, 70 years. And I think it's time for a change. I think it's time for a different type of control. I think it's time for a different state senator. Someone that has ability to work with others, ability to listen. Look, I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to admit that I do. I'm new to this. But some of these politicians think they do have all the answers. And they shun people out and don't listen, don't have an open door policy. I've been talking to voters and knocked down 10,000 doors in this campaign. I've been talking to farmers, property taxpayers, doctors, nurses, everyone in the community about their concerns. And I put together a plan, a 16-page plan for relief. How to bring jobs back to Western New York. How to target our investments to create jobs. Of course, we all know we're in a fiscal crisis, and I commend Governor Patterson right now for talking about it. But we can't be reckless. We can't be irresponsible with our cuts, much like my opponent is or is planning to be. 15% cuts across the board, he says, which would cut funding for education. Don't let him say it won't. But funding for higher education. Cut 150,000 jobs throughout this state. Cut our own throats and cut us right off the map. We can target our investments and target our cuts. And I have a detailed plan how to cut from our budget and meet the budget. Cutting 7% from capital spending without affecting education, health care, or public safety. Investigating a Medicaid fraud. $5 billion in Medicaid fraud. Now I want to be a leader in Western New York in determining and seeking out the Medicaid fraud. We hear it every campaign year. Well, I've already talked to Andrew Cuomo about it. I've already talked to Inspector General Sheehan about it. And I want to be a leader. That's $5 billion we could save instead of slapping these doctors in the hand for overbilling. We could eliminate jobs through attrition, saving hundreds of millions of dollars, and giving early retirement incentives, eliminating the bureaucracy in Albany, eliminating legislative staff. We could bulk purchase our prescription drugs, saving hundreds of millions of dollars, making prescription drugs more affordable. There's many things we could do. Our information technology contracts in the state of New York, we pay hundreds of millions of dollars for outsourcing and contracting out for our technical work. When we could create thousands of jobs and do the work ourselves at a much lower cost. We can reform empire zones and IDAs. I know Genesee County's got a strong IDA, but we need to do the same in Erie County. And we can save ourselves hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, what I just said was several billions of dollars. So we can make cuts that are strategic and not irresponsible and cut ourselves off the map. I do have some of these laying around. I would suggest that you read some of them because I'll tell you what, I'm not a fighter from Western New York. I'm a fighter for Western New York, and that's proven. I too have a record. My opponent has a record, an irresponsible record. 20-year career politician in Erie County. And I know you guys are in Genesee County, but us Erie County residents haven't been happy in several years. In 20 years, we've seen a fiscal control board come in. We've seen 2 bankruptcies. We've seen no job creation, no economic development. And I don't see why he should graduate to the state level. So, and we need someone that's going to look out for Genesee County. I have a lot of family members here in Genesee County. My grandparents are farmers. I have many family members who are farmers here in Genesee County. And if elected, you're going to be seeing me on a regular basis as you have throughout this entire campaign. You won't be neglected because my family's here. My friends are here. You're my family and friends as well. Genesee County is going to be on the top of my priority list. I happen to be an NRA member, a gun member, a hunter. That may interest you, it may not. These are things that I hear when I'm in Genesee County. My grandparents were farmers. I know the concerns of the farming and agricultural industry, and I'm looking to provide more incentives for agricultural growth here. I've got a lot of detailed plans. UB 2020, UB's in our district. UB employees within Genesee and Erie County, 15% of their employees. And every $1 million invested in UB creates 29 jobs. It's a 5-to-1 ratio. So we've got to continue investing in Roswell Park, the medical corridor, the waterfront, University of Buffalo, GCC, one of the best community colleges in the state. These are investments so we can make, oh good, so we can grow jobs and grow development, have opportunities here. Too many people keep leaving Western New York. If they keep leaving at the rate they're leaving, your taxes are never going down. You're never going to have a stimulating economy here. First things first is keeping people here, and that's by providing opportunities, and I think we can do that. I can't do it alone. We need to elect more people like ourselves, and we need to have people that are willing to work across the aisle like I am, compromise and negotiate, not turn our backs on people. So I'm hoping that you'll support me. I'm hoping that you've learned a lot from our visit here today. We are down to the wire now. There's only a few hours left. We're very, very excited about it. We're very optimistic. But I need each and every person here to get on the phone either tonight or tomorrow and tell 5 friends. 5 friends in Genesee County, 5 friends in Akron, Newstead, Clarence, or what have you. Each and everybody's got to tell 5 friends. And we can win this in a somewhat Republican district. But I think we can do this. We can provide some serious change and serious difference for once and for all. I'm tired of hearing the political promises. I'm sure you are as well. Again, I was born here, raised here, educated here, and I believe in Western New York. I believe we can and will cut property tax. I believe we can and will invest in higher education and create jobs. I believe we can and will have a government that works for all of us, not just a few of us, and not just a special interest. I've been fighting for this community for years. I'll continue to fight for you. I won't let you down. So I'd love to have your support. Thank you for coming tonight. Make sure you tell all your friends and get out and vote tomorrow. Thank you so much.